in 2021, they are still getting 33% of their vote. They'll get 158 seats. Now they get 159 seats at the expense of $6 million. So they will able to add only one seat in their account. So let's discuss first Liberal that they are only 33%. They are before order 33%. So now a single percentage is not increased in their vote bank as well. Why?
In
They
terms
pay
of
so much money to the COVID. Tackle they tackle COVID-19 a better way, according to the ministers and everybody. And he give a lot of supports to the small businesses as well as the struggling families. Still, the people not see him to give him the majority vote. Why?
It's very interesting. The balance between the subsidies, the support that the government gave for individuals and for small businesses, to them it seemed like that would have been enough to get a majority government and to get more votes. On the other hand, the scandals that we heard about, the we and others, and the issue in managing the pandemic in the beginning, the delay in the vaccines, the lockdowns as well. So it was a very critical balance between support and mismanagement and scandals. So I guess people spoke. Even the return was balanced. They did not lose the government, but they did not gain anything. So it's funny how the balance between the negatives and the positive kept the voters in balance as well. So they didn't gain anything out of it. But I should also say, again, they did gain. They're probably the only party that gained something, gained another 2 years. So what happened is they were in their second year of a minority government. So if they had waited, and this is very critical, if they had waited 1 more year, where the other parties, especially the Conservative Party, will be more ready for elections, they could have lost the government completely. But it was very smart to call it now while things are balanced. He only gave 36 days for everybody to get ready, which is the minimum period allowed by Constitution. So no other party was ready for this elections. So they actually, the only winners are the Liberal Party, because they got another minority. And the next 2 years, I don't think there will be a call for election. So technically, they're the only ones that gained in this, and they gained 2 more years of, having themselves forming a government. Even if it's a minority government, they gained that part. This is very important.
So the next comes to the Conservative Party. If you see, the Conservative Party also retained 34% of their vote as well, although they lost the 2 seats because they have 121 seats in the House of Commons, but now they have only 190. One of the biggest questions that really see, if you see all over the different riding, you will find it out that conservatives are not coming out to vote as well. They're not happy with anyhow. It looks like Aaron O'Toole, the center progressive conservatives, the values that Aaron O'Toole want to move into the party. It looks like the old guard of the Conservative Party is not happy with this one, one of the example I can see that in the Milton riding, in the very last moment, Lisa Raitt come out and give the support, very last 1 day or 2, but she's not giving any support. And the old guard which are working in the Milton riding, I didn't see any one of them helping the Nadeem Katana in their riding. So do you not see, and this is not only the Nadeem riding, I see in many riding in the GTA, they are not coming out to support the conservatives. And why is so?
I was looking at the numbers in Mississauga and Halton. In average, the turnout was less by 7,000 voters compared to 2019. The conservative voters in particular, honestly, it was surprising because the conservative voters consistently dropped in these ridings. So to your point, I think you're right. The old guards conservatives, they probably either went to the PPC where we saw their numbers going up, or they didn't vote at all. Because you're right, and Aaron O'Toole said it on September 15th. He said the Conservative Party now is not your dad's Conservative Party.
Mhm.
He said it openly in a press conference. This is not the same old party. So it seems like he's doing a huge effort to bring the party more towards the right center, closer to minorities. And we know for a fact that's going to face a lot of internal resistance. So did that reflect in the numbers of participation of voting? I think it did, because when I looked at the numbers in all ridings in Mississauga and Halton, as I said, the numbers of the Conservatives were lower than their normal base. I'll give you an example. In Milton, their base for the past 3 elections was around 22,000 voters. Nadeem got 17,000, close to let's just shy of 18,000. So that's a drop right there. We saw it in Oakville. We saw it also in many ridings in the area. So it seems like the internal fight, which brings back the memory of Patrick Brown, the internal fight is probably causing some of their traditional supporters and voters to boycott the elections.
One more thing, Faraz, which is important about the Conservative Party regarding this one. How much do you think impact done by the People's Party of Canada on the extreme right conservative vote? They really damage, because it's somehow some people are saying around 20 seats are conservative lose, because People's Party of Canada gained 3,500 votes and they lose by that difference.
Definitely, 2021, it did have an impact. 2019, it wasn't much, but this year we all saw the numbers going up, and it definitely have. It's funny because it's the first time ever in this riding I hear this statement from the Conservatives. We always hear the statement from the Liberals. They say any vote for NDP is a vote for the Conservatives. It's the first time ever I hear it this year from a Conservative candidate. He said any vote for PPC is a vote for the Liberals. So now they have the same effect, but definitely they had an impact.
Okay. So that's one of the reasons also, because we have to. So do you see, because in some news I saw that NROs will be is trying, or their old guards people are there who trying to bring NROs as a replacement of Aaron O'Toole for the next election?
I really hope that doesn't happen. I really hope their efforts to get closer to the center, to become more diverse, more accepting of minorities. I hope that doesn't change. If we have a rebound, it's going to be ugly. And we've been working so hard, as you know, Brother Arif, we've been working so hard to engage the community with all parties. And this is exactly why we've been doing this, because we don't want any party to go to the extreme. We don't want any party to turn against us and become an enemy of the Muslim community or any minorities. So I know there are internal fights, fierce ones right now, but I'm hoping and I'm hearing good news that that's not going to happen. For the best interest of Canada, for the best interest of minority communities, we don't want this rebound, because if it goes back to a Harper model, then I don't think any of us will be happy about it.
So one last question for us regarding the winning candidate of the Liberal Party. Have 11 Muslim candidates who win this election, and only one, as usual, there is one candidate in the Conservative Party who win the election. Unfortunately, we have more number this time. A Muslim candidate run from the Conservative Party, but none of them is really able to succeed, right, this election as well. So do you see any change? These Muslim MPs who are win now, they are more seniors, they understand, they are becoming more mature, they can understand the parliament as well, and they may get, some of them maybe get some ministry as well to run. Do you think that is what they're supposed to do for the Muslim community? Number one issue at this stage, Islamophobia is there, there's rising. So there is some concrete decision gonna be seen in the parliament, or is still the same status quo?
Well, we had how many Muslim ministers. We had three. We had Ahmed Hussein, Maryam Munsif, and Omar Al-Ghabra.
Yeah.
So we had three Muslim ministers in the last parliament. And this parliament, I'm pretty sure we will have also, if not the same number, maybe more. However, you're right. The Muslim candidates now, or Muslim MPs, there should be a lot more mature, a lot more experienced, hopefully a lot more influencers. Now, this is the real question. The Muslim MPs that we had, did they have a real influence on critical issues? I'm sure they did, and we have to be fair to them. But the degree of influence probably wasn't where we wanted to be, with three ministers, for God's sake, in the cabinet, and 11 MPs. Now, with their seniority, with their presence, with them able to keep their seat at very good difference, like Iqra Khalid, Omar Al-Ghabra, the difference, the lead over the conservative was pretty significant.
Very
It's still
significant, yes.
huge.
Yeah.
So we're proving that in these ridings, the Muslim community is pretty strong. So with this strength, are they going to become more influencers? Are they going to become more powerful? Are they going to be more focused when it comes to supporting the issues of the community? This is what we're hoping is going to happen, because I tell you right now, our community members, they've questioned their ability to serve the Muslim community, in addition, for sure, to serve all constituents. But because we saw a weakness in serving our issues as a community, mainly in Islamophobia, is it the time now to take serious steps when it comes to legislations and laws against Islamophobia? This is their chance to prove it. And we all know this is not going to be a very long-term government. It's going to be less than 2 years, like everybody's saying. And like Trudeau already, he gave a statement that he might call it in 18 months. So this is their chance to prove with their term. This is the third term for
Both of them.
for them.
Yeah.
In sequence, are they going to make a real difference? This time, people will really hold them accountable.
Yes, thank you, Feras, for your input on this post-election review. And I really appreciate anything you want to add. In the last, you have 1 minute.
I really hope with the change happening in leadership and the leadership campaigns that we're going to see, I hope our Muslim community will be present and available and participating, starting with the Green Party leadership elections. Please, please, please pay attention to leadership elections. Be there. Be members of the parties and participate in choosing good leaders. So next elections, we have better choices.
Thank you once again, Feras, for giving us the time to the community talks and discussing on such an important talk.
Jazakumullah khair for your efforts. Always a pleasure.
तो नाज़रीन, अभी जो है हम गुफ्तगू कर रहे थे फराज मारिश से, जो कि हमारे सोशल एंड पॉलिटिकल एक्टिविस्ट हैं, दार फाउंडेशन के साथ भी मुंसलिक हैं, ज़बरदस्त तजिया करते हैं और बड़ी गहरी नज़र रखते हैं पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम के ऊपर यहाँ पर मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी के हवाले से। मेरे अगले मेहमान जो हैं जनाब दीवानशु नारंग साहब हैं, जानी मानी शख्सियतें हैं, हमारे प्रोग्रामों में अक्सर इंटरनेशनल अफेयर और पॉलिटिकल अफेयर के प्रोग्राम्स के अंदर वो हिस्सा रहते हैं और एक लिबरल